And we arrived in Paris. And as we arrived in Paris, we were driving to our hotel, and the All Black bus, the youngest member sits at the front and the oldest member sits at the back. And you work your way down the bus. And in that back seat we had John Ashworth, Gary Wheaton, etc., and the head of the bus was a gentleman called Mark Cowboy Shaw, who for me epitomised everything an All Black should be. Live for the jersey, die for the jersey, once an All Black, always an All Black, all those things that we're brought up with. And it was his job to induct the young members into the team. And as we're driving to a hotel, the word came from the back of the bus that Cowboy wanted to see you down the back. So I headed off down the back of the bus, and I wasn't allowed to sit in the back seat. I had to sit one forward from the back. And I sat down very nervously, and he said, "Pal," because he called everyone Pal. He said, "Pal, what does it mean for you to be an All Black?" And I was so very nervous. I looked at Cowboy Shaw there, John Ashworth was there, and I was so nervous. I said, "Cowboy, I just can't wait to do the haka." And he looked at me and he said, "I'll see you later." Anyway, so I ran back up the front of the bus, sat in my seat right at the front, and we got to the hotel, and he was in charge of the rooming list also, because we shared rooms and we had 2 beds, unlike the English, and then we ran up the rooming list. He said Wheaton's with Pierce, McDowell's with Drake, Reed's with Green, etc., etc. And he said, "That young bastard Fitzpatrick, you're with me." God, he's like the worst person to ever be with. Anyway, so I carried his bags to his room, unpacked my bag, went downstairs, had dinner. I came back after dinner about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, unpacked my bag, put my pyjamas on, brushed my teeth, hopped into bed like Mama told me. And about an hour later, Cowboy came up, the door burst open, and he said, "I'm going out on the town." So he got changed, put his nice jeans on, brown leather jacket on with a black fleck through it. It was fashionable in 1986. And he headed off in the town. And about 5 o'clock in the morning, the door burst open, and he came in totally boozed. I'm sort of watching with one eye as he collapsed in bed, still fully boozed, brown leather jacket on, black fleck through it, fully clothed. 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm off to the toilet, come back, and he's just getting out of bed. He's woken up, stretching, and he says, "Pal, go downstairs and get me 2 buckets of ice." So I ran downstairs, came back with 2 buckets of ice. I said, "Here you go, Cowboy." He said, "Pal, chuck him in the bath." So I went into the bath, and there lying in the bottom of the bath was 2 slabs of Steinlager. And he said, "We'll drink those when we get back from training." But anyway, so along with 5 of the old cronies, we came back to our room, along with 5 of the young bucks that had failed the IQ test down the back of the bus. We were inducted into the culture of the All Blacks.